Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with our mindset change series, and today we obviously want to talk about something very important regarding our mindset change. But most of us, have wondered and keep asking, so why do we need to change our minds? Again, it's a choice that you make whether you want to change your mind or not. But if you have discovered and realized that you don't want to be where you are, or you don't want to continue the way you are right now in terms of being broke, in terms of not being able to achieve the things that you want to achieve, then obviously you need to be changing those things around you. And in order for those things around you to change, there is need for you to change your mindset. And so in changing the mindset, there is one thing that is very, very important, which we may not have mentioned in the past, but I think we need to mention it here and now. And that is self-discipline. Maybe before I go into self-discipline, I just want to point out that this morning I received one of the WhatsApp messages from a friend of mine saying that what does your future look like? And also the video went on to say that your future depends on your today. Your future depends on what you put in today. And so I want to connect that one with the self-discipline. If, for example, we decide that we want to shed some weight and we want to lose maybe 6 stone, in order for us to lose 6 stone, we have to do something for those pounds to be shed. So in order for us to lose those weight, the things that we have to do have to start within our mind. We have to self-discipline. We have to discipline ourselves that we are going to start this thing and we are going to see it through. So I'm going to go on, for example, with the issue of weight loss. Your weight loss may be as a result of you reducing the amount of food that you eat, the type of food that you eat, and the number of times that you eat. But that cannot happen unless and until you discipline yourself. So that's why we're saying self-discipline is crucial. Self-discipline is very important. I've had the privilege sometimes to have dinner with some people who say they are on diet, but on that particular day they were saying, just for today I will have a burger, or today I will have something with fatty food and that kind of thing, but they were saying still I want to lose weight. So when we make up our mind to say that we want to lose weight, then we have to put all the effort into it, regardless of who is around us or where we are. Our focus is to lose weight regardless of where we are, and so we need to focus on that at all costs. If it means drinking just water, if it means just eating vegetables and fruits, then so be it. But that's a decision that you have made, that you want to lose weight, and in order for you to lose weight, only you can lose that weight, because only you put that weight on. So without self-discipline, it's going to be very, very difficult. So when we are talking about the future and what your future looks like, it is the things that you put in today. Maybe let's talk again about the question of maybe finances. If we are looking to have some savings in the future, those savings are not just going to come from anywhere. We have to start putting in a penny here and a penny there. So we have to save. Maybe if we decide that we're going to be saving 3p every week, or we're going to be saving £3 every week, or we're going to be saving £3,000 every week, whatever it is that we want to save, we have to say what it is that we want, the amount of money that we want to save, and then put that money aside and begin to save that money. Then we have a target to say, in future I want to have £1,000 in my bank, I want to have £1 million in my bank, I want to have £20 million in my bank. That's not going to happen just like that. We need to save that money. Just to help us there again on the question of money as well, saving is one way of making or keeping money, but another way of keeping money or preparing for the future financially is to start your own business, and that can come when you change your mindset. you have to change your mindset that I don't want to be working for other people. I want to be working for myself to be able to raise my own target, the money that I want to raise by this time. And in order for me to do that, I have to, all the work that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be doing so that I get paid rather than doing work for other people. So those are two ways. For example, those are just two ways that I've mentioned. One, being self-employed, and then the other one, making a commitment to saving a certain amount every week or every month or every year, whatever it is that you want to save. But then that comes still with self-discipline. Without self-discipline, after you have put in, maybe if you have saved £1,000 within a month or within 2 months, and something comes up that needs money urgently, you without self-discipline, you rush to the bank to go and withdraw the £1,000 and use it to solve the problem. But we must remember and have it at the back of our mind all the time that problems will always come, and so when they come, they will be looking for solutions. And sometimes we think that going into or dipping into our savings is a way of resolving our problems. As soon as we finish resolving that problem, another problem will come that will need money again. That's why eventually some of us end up in debt, because we are not self-disciplined. So self-discipline is paramount. There is a number of things also that surround the self-discipline, in terms of our conduct, in terms of our presentation, in terms of our demeanor, where we work or where we live, the families and the friends that we are with. We need to have, if you like, a brand. People have got to say that we know that individual will not do A, B, C, D. For example, I'm just using this example as an example. Then people need to say about you or about me that we know that he doesn't stay in the pub after 9. That's self-discipline. You know that after 9 o'clock you cannot be in the pub. And then some people will say, we know that he doesn't watch television other than watching the morning news. So that comes with self-discipline, because if we are not self-disciplined, we will sit to say we are watching just this advert clip, and then from that advert clip something comes up and tells, oh, let me just see what happens next. And before we know it, the whole day we are sitting in front of the TV wanting to see what happens next. But what we forget then while we are watching TV all day is that the people that we are watching are actually making money by entertaining us, and we spend the whole day putting our emotions onto the TV to see what then will happen next. And so because of that, then because of lack of self-discipline, we fail to realize that, we fail to recognize that. So again, those are some of the things that we need to put boundaries for ourselves, and we need to stick to those boundaries that we have put for ourselves. That's why I'm saying self-discipline is very important. I'm not saying that people should not watch TV, should not watch their favorite programs. If that's their choice, then that's a choice. They watch the programs that they want. But we have to decide that I want my life to be like this. Remember, we're talking about your future. If you want a certain type of life in the future, you have got to start putting in the stuff now. I'm just going to use an example. For example, that if you are going to harvest crops in the future, you have to prepare the land now, you have to plant now, you have to cultivate now, you have to water now, so that in the future you have a good crop. If you do not harvest, if you do not prepare the land now, if you do not plant now, if you do not water now, you will not have a harvest in the future, because you have not put in anything. Again, that comes back to self-discipline. So if you are going to have anything that you want in future, you have got to begin to put it in now. If it is the look that we want, for example, if we want a toned body, if we want toned muscle, if we want big muscles, we have got to go to the gym and do exactly what we want to see happening in the future. So we've got to go to the gym and run, we've got to go to the gym and push the weights and carry the weights, or depending whatever it is that we want to do. But unless we put in something, nothing will come out. So everything that we are looking to do in the future, that we are looking to enjoy in the future, we have got to begin to do it now. Just a piece of advice that most of us would want to start at a very high level, but my piece of advice is, let us start with the smallest of things. For example, sometimes most of us find it difficult to wake up in the morning and say good morning to your wife or to your children or to your spouse. Most of us find it difficult to wake up in the morning and make our own bed, for example, or clean our own room, go into the bathroom. So those are small things, or those are things that appear small, that we can start with, small successes. So when we start, for example, by having a good morning with your wife, good morning to my wife, good morning to my children, good morning to everyone in the family home, then when I go out to my place of work and say good morning to everyone else, I know my heart is my conscience is clear, and I'm happy. I've started with a happy day. That's just some advice on starting small. Again, that's one example. We can use an example of a business. We cannot start as a conglomerate, but we have to start small. For example, we can go online and order some fidget spinners from China, and then when they come here, we give them to our children to go and sell in school, and ask them to bring every pound that our other children would have bought. Or maybe you can go to the council and register to say, I want a stand to be selling every Saturday, selling fidget spinners. And so people will buy fidget spinners for £5, for £10, and depending on the type. And so when we have accumulated from selling fidget spinners, when we have accumulated maybe, let's say, £1,000, then we can then be looking to do maybe a slightly bigger business. Go and buy a car for £500, and do it up a little bit and sell it for £800. And then when we have sold the car for £800, we go and buy another car again for £500. So we keep saving from that. We eventually begin to buy a car for £10,000, which we can sell for £15,000, and just like that as we grow. So growth will not start big. Growth will start small, but self-discipline is everything. So if we decide that we are going to be selling fidget spinners, the money from fidget spinners is money that must be saved. It's business money. It's money that must be respected. So it boils down to self-discipline. You have to discipline yourself. You have to put boundaries for yourself. And when you are able to put boundaries for yourself, it's going to be easy to put boundaries for your workers. It's going to be easy to put boundaries for your friends. It's going to be easy to put boundaries for everyone else, because you are abiding by your own boundaries. Even without saying anything to other people, they can see that you have your own boundaries and you are sticking to them, and they respect you for that. So self-discipline, ladies and gentlemen, is paramount to the mindset change. Mindset change is the bottom line. Without mindset change, we are not going anywhere. I want you to think that from today, in 5 years' time, where will you be? What will you be doing? That thing that you want to be doing in 5 years' time, start working towards it today. Then you will have it in 5 years' time. If you only think about it without doing anything, in 5 years' time, you will still be thinking about it, having done nothing. Thank you.